All right, we are back with the RW Wrestling Podcast, and this month is October that we're recording the show, and this is Bound for Glory month, so we are going to bring to you 4 recordings of Bound for Glory pay-per-views. We're going to start it off with 2010's edition, which overall I'm going to say we started off with a good match, and overall the show's not bad. But we started off with the TNA tag titles on the line, the Motor City Machine Guns versus Generation Me, a.k.a. the Young Bucks, Jeremy Buck, and Max Buck.
Yeah, it's so hard to call them that, isn't it?
It is hard to call them that, but first things first is there's some good double teams by the Guns. There's the last Chancery drop kick to Jeremy by the Guns. The Guns do a double dive onto the Bucks. The Bucks do a top rope DDT to Shelly. So Shelly is literally perched up onto the top turnbuckle in like a superplex position. And Max and Jeremy / Nick and Matt, whatever you want to call them.
Pick 6.
They go and give him a DDT. And man, that looked really good. There is the nice double drop kick to Shelly by the Bucks. There is a knee neckbreaker combo to Shelly by the Bucks. Shelly does the double stomp to Jeremy. There's the double drop kick to Max. Sabin dove onto Jeremy. The Guns did a cutter neckbreaker combo to Max. There's the wheelbarrow suplex from Max to Sabin. Sabin does a sick German suplex to Jeremy. The Bucks did a senton splash to Sabin. Shelly does a faceplant DDT to the Bucks. Max spears Shelly and then does a splash / standing moonsault to Shelly. Both Bucks do. Sabin does a top rope German to Max Buck. And at the end, there's the crossbody neck breaker to Jeremy Buck for the 3. So the Motor City Machine Guns retain their tag team titles.
This match is the epitome of a spot fest, but it might be one of the few spot fest matches that I watched that was executed to perfection. None of these teams missed, not 1 second. There was hell, even all the way down to the armbands. It was 3-1-3 on Motor Machine Guns. It just worked for their gimmick. The Bucks, hell, as far as I can tell, the Bucks have the same gimmick they did then that they do now. Every single spot popped the crowd, and I love watching it. I don't remember every single spot. That's why Chris is here to kind of write things down, and lots of back and forth. All I gotta say is good luck to the rest of the card. This match was phenomenal. 8.5 out of 10.
I personally gave that match a 9 out of 10 because first off, how many things could you count in that match that you would think would be botches?
Not anything.
Exactly.
Anything.
So, that's why I gave it a little bit of a higher rating than you. We've got Orange Cassidy here with us today as well.
Yeah, it's a good match.
You just kicking me in the shin, by the way, guys, so you know.
So, OC gives us his half-ass thumbs up for that match.
Yeah.
It was so to me where I'm still a novice with the Young Bucks. So seeing them back in 2010 when they were just developing their gimmick, and these guys couldn't miss. Chris Sabin to me was MVP of the match. He did so many things. He jumped to the top rope without even missing a beat.
Hail Satan.
And Shelly was right on with every move he hit. The Bucks the Bucks are the Bucks. The Bucks are doing the same things they were back then that they are now, and it's not getting old at all. And like I said before, good luck to the rest of the card. Have fun.
Well, and I gotta say this too is first off, this was a time in the Bucks' career where they actually liked being in TNA because I have their autobiography pre-ordered, so I'll be getting that next month when it drops. But I've seen in shoot interviews and stuff where they hated their TNA run. this is the actual part of their run that they liked because they were being used correctly. Because later on, they tried to separate the Bucks. And then I was looking through pay-per-views the other day, and one of the matches that I found on there was them versus Eric Young and Shark Boy. And I'm like, what? And then I saw the result, that Shark Boy and Eric Young won. I'm like, how in the fuck do you go from going against the Machine Guns, where they looked great, by the way, to going against Eric Young and Shark Boy?
What was the downfall?
Eric Young and Shark Boy are terrible, first off, and the downfall is, I don't know. Like, I was looking through pay-per-views, and there's like, all right, they're in a lockdown escape cage match for an X Division title match. Okay, that's cool, that's fine, because normally they would do that. They would have tag teams go against each other because they wanted a big clusterfuck match. So I don't know where the hell their downfall is, but TNA just, they're really wonky on using them at the beginning. Like, I feel like this is the beginning of their run. They were used great.
Was it something where they were getting over the like over the main event guys, like for instance, like maybe Hogan or RVD or Samoa Joe or Sting or whomever?
Honestly, I mean, it could be something where Hogan and Bischoff,
they're too small,
didn't see them as main event talent. But at the same point in time, it's like these guys have never wanted to be a singles main event act. These guys wanted to be a tag team. They didn't give a fuck about going for the world title, which is very admirable in my eyes because most of the time you go into the wrestling business wanting to be the world champion. I mean, even look at like the Hardy Boys. They didn't want to be tag teaming forever. Did they? Sure. But did they want to? No, they both got their singles runs and whatnot. So I mean, that could be the downfall there, is Hogan just didn't see money in them, which is bullshit because look at where they are today.
Right.
Making a shit ton of money in AEW.
Yeah, it's just such short-sightedness. WCW and WWE and AWA and everywhere else have always short-sights talents like this. For one reason or another, they get a tag team and they get popular. They want to split them up, or they want to like the Rock and Roll Express, for instance. They wanted to split Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson because Ricky Morton was the guy who was going to be the star, and it just doesn't work. One doesn't work without the other. So why split up a team who can anchor your tag team division and deliver good matches at the same time?
Well, and on top of that, too, it's just there's certain tag teams that, unless there's an injury, there's no reason to split them up. Like right now, currently in WWE, we got the situation with Roman Reigns and the Usos. The only reason why there's a singles push going on for Jey Uso is because Jimmy Uso's injured.
Correct.
If there wasn't an injury to Jimmy Uso, I don't think Jey Uso would be getting a push because he has the exact same moveset as his brother, first off. And second off, just why? No one's clamoring for a fucking Uso world title reign. No matter which Uso you choose.
Right.
It kind of made me believe in the concept of Jay being champion.
But
He was never gonna win, but
yeah, but it also furthers the Reigns heel turn, which is freaking phenomenal right now.
that's what I'm saying.
Which the Reigns heel turn is great, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, I don't know, when they have the exact same move set and everything, yeah, you just don't want to split them up.
Yeah, there's a lot of I'm sorry to keep expanding on this, but like as far as like tag teams, there's been a lot of tag teams, especially like back in the 80s and 90s, where they were just stalwarts of the of whatever federation they were in. I'm sorry, of whatever company they were in, whether it was Midnight Express in WCW or the Hart Foundation in WWF.
Power and Glory.
Yeah, the ultimate tag team, But those teams never split up. The Hart Foundation did. That's because Bret Hart is great, but it took him forever to get there because sometimes one guy was not seen as a main eventer.
What about the Killer Bees?
I don't know what happened to them. They were just like a gimmick themselves. I mean, like Bronzell came up from the. I'm not gonna expound this on this podcast. We can talk about it some other time. But like, they weren't over at all. Come on, don't mock me, bro.
All right. We'll get on to this next.